I remember before that 5K being so nervous because I knew I was in the like 14-20 shape, but I also knew Karissa was as well. And I was so like nervous about it because I mean she beat me indoors in the 3K in Boston, so I knew like if I wasn't on my A game, she was gonna be right there. And even if I was, she was gonna be right there, honestly. But I think I took a second right before we were going to the track, before that 5K, and I just was like, sat on my bed, closed my eyes. I'm like, I'm very grateful for this moment because of everything that's happened this year. We weren't even gonna race, or like a couple months ago, weren't even going to be able to race. And the fact that we are able to put this on and I have an opportunity to showcase all the work I've put in this year, that's such a like achievement in itself. And I'm just very grateful for this. And I think, you know, anytime you can like get your mindset into being grateful, it's so much better than being nervous. So that's kind of what I was trying to do. And that was the motivation behind it. And I was able to go into that race much more grateful and excited than I was nervous.
Come on, let's go! Come on, Karissa! Oh my God.
I told you I was going to do it.
That was impressive.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually tell them that. Just FYI, I never thought I'd see an American run that fast. Wow. No, I'm not kidding.
14:23?
I never thought I'd see an American.
You would live.
No, because when I started, if you broke 15, you were a god. You were a god. I never thought I'd see an American run that fast.
Standards. That's amazing.
When she said that to me, that's kind of what I was thinking in my mind. Like, why not? Like, why didn't you think that we could do this, especially since, you know, the rest of the world is running in like the 14 teens, 1420s, whatever that is, or 1430s. Like, why not at some point American women could run in the 1420s or the 14 teens, just like everyone else in the world? Like, there's, in my mind, I'm like, there's nothing keeping us from doing that except maybe our mental like barrier that we have. Like, I guess in my mind, I'm just like, if they can do it, why can't I do it? Like, I'm going to at least try. That's just kind of always the way I've kind of grown up and been. Like, I'm just going to try it. And if I fail, then I fail. That's fine. But I need to know if I can. I think it's more of a curiosity thing for me. Is just like, I just want to find out where that limit is. You know, with the US, how far we've been behind in like our distance running in the 5K in particular. It's I don't want to line up again in Rio in a 5K and know that my PR is 40 seconds slower than some of my competitors. And like, how do you go into that race thinking I can win this? You know, you just, the confidence isn't there.
You know, as these standards need to be set higher, how important is that? It was doing strengths.
It's super important. And I think the thing more than anything is not even the strength stuff, it's just the excitement around continuing to grow yourself. Like, I, in particular, trained more like a sprinter in high school. Like, I didn't do a lot of distance things. I hopped in with my mom on long runs, and I loved it just because, like, that was when I got to run with my mom. That was our time to, like, bond, and I got to connect with her and have really great, meaningful conversations. So I had just associated distance running and, like, putting in that strength work was just, like, that kind of comfort of, like, and meaning of connecting with someone else. And I think that's kind of where my love for it came from. Those things have kind of started meshing together now, and I've been able to use the aerobic side and still have the sprint side, which has been huge. But I think more so than that, like I was saying before, I just love working hard at it. And like, if the aerobic side is where I'm weaker, that's like, I'm all for trying to be better there, to kind of find that limit or that line of pushing myself every day to like just get a little bit farther. And I'm excited to do that. I'm happy to do that. I have fun doing that. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, you want to have fun with what you're doing.
What's it, 14:24? 14:23. It was awesome.
really great job. And you had great control. You looked great doing
I
it.
felt really comfortable just the last.
So this, again, the skills that you get from learning how to run like this when it's patient and there isn't all the knocking around, if you can apply that to championship racing, you go so much further.
When I first was looking at the group, I think the kicker for me, I came out here, I visited with Jerry, I visited with the group. Jerry sat down with me and he said something along the lines of, I don't know how good you're going to be, but if you come to this group, we're going to find out. And as soon as he said that, I was like, yep, this is who I'm going to run for. Because up until that point, I felt like even through college, I was never pushing myself to my potential. I was always kind of left at the end of workouts like, yeah, that was a hard workout, but like I always felt like a lot of the times I could do more, and I never felt pushed to the extent that I wanted to, which sometimes probably isn't ideal. I think that's why we click so well, is because we're both like, where's the limit? Like, what can we do here? Like, and you know, that is definitely my curiosity for myself in my career. I just wanted to find out how fast I can run. I don't care what that is. I just want to find out what that is. And along with that, Jerry is such like a big kid when it comes to running. Like, he just loves the sport. He's passionate about it. He gets just as excited as you are about the workouts, the races, whatever it is. And I think like him and I feeding that energy off each other, like kind of in that same way. I also get very excited about that stuff, and I'm very passionate. It just works really well. Yeah, he's been great for me, and he knows when to, you know, hold me back when I need to be held back, and he knows when to let me go when I just want to go, you know, murder myself that day. I feel the same way. Like, just just the first day of practice, I was like, oh, it's practice. I'm so excited. And like, I totally understand it. I know he feels the same way of like, yes, like, here we go. It's like, we're so excited for this. Even on the break, he texted me and he was like, I think this is really random, but I think we can go after the 5K world record. And I was just like, yeah, let's do it. You know, like, we're just always on the same page when it comes to that stuff. And I like how excited he gets, because I'm definitely the same way. Like, just bringing that energy. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something that we're passionate about, and we don't need to make it more than what it is. Like, let's just go out, have fun, and see what we can do. I think the biggest lesson I've learned in my career is just having patience. And for me, being such an impatient person has been difficult, and it's definitely been a hard lesson to learn. You have to have the you know, long-term goal, long-term picture always in mind of like, yeah, you can make big jumps, you can take shortcuts here, you might get hurt though. And for me, being able to stay healthy has been the big picture, because at this point in my career, I would say I probably started really training my freshman year of college. So that would have been 2011. And so now I'm coming up on almost 10 years of uninterrupted training. I think at the end of the day, if you can stay healthy for consecutive years and you're building upon building, like each year, you've got to get better. Like, how could you not get better? And I think also there's a lot of other things going into that with like confidence and, you know, like having, like believing in yourself. But I think staying healthy is one of the biggest things that you can do for yourself. I really focus on recovering. I know some of my teammates might think I'm a little lazy, but I don't cross train ever. Like, if we have a really hard workout on a Thursday where we're putting in 10 miles of work, I will not double after that. I'm like, I've done enough. I shouldn't have to do more. I should have pushed my body to the extent that I don't need to go run again. Focusing on recovering and staying healthy and listening to my body, you know, being sensitive to like if something pops up, trying to decide like, okay, is this something that I need to like really be concerned about, or like kind of monitoring that. I've just been doing this since I was 5 years old. So I just, you know, on top of having those consecutive years of training, I completely 100% believe like I am good enough to do this. And I think that has to speak more than anything too, of like lining up at a track meet and being like, I can win this, instead of like, well, what are they doing? Like, how fit are they? You know, like focusing on other things. And for me, going into track meets, I don't look at the start list. I probably don't even know who's in my race because I don't like getting in my head about that stuff. I know what I've done. I can control what I do, and that's all that really matters. I can't control what anyone else does. I don't know the problems that they're having or not having. Maybe they're really fit, but all I can do is believe in myself, believe that I'm good enough, and hopefully that can equate to a win. Yeah, I mean, I don't know for her. For me, Karissa feels like my little sister a little bit. She's also from Iowa, and so we have that tie, but she's someone that I really relate to because I feel like we have the same mindset when it comes to working out and racing of just like, let's find that like red line. Like, I want to die today. And I just like, she's just super gritty, like one of the grittiest people I know. And there were so many workouts where Jerry just like put her in with me and told her to hang on, and she would just be right here. And I'm getting through these workouts, like kind of almost dying. Like, this is really hard for me. And I'm 3 years into this program and you're like a newbie, and for whatever reason, I could not drop her ever. And so it was making me question my fitness. And I'm like, is she just really fit and I'm not fit? Or like, are we both really fit? Like, what's going on here? Having her right there, like it was good for me at the same time because I had to be on my A game. Otherwise she was, I can't get shown up by a newbie. So it was definitely helping me and pushing me a little farther, a little faster. Just to have her right there always, like even if she had no business being there, she was gonna be right there. She was gonna stick with it. That's just the type of runner she is. That's just how gritty she is. And I finally got to a point where I did a workout by myself right before Doha, and I like ran so fast, ran such a good workout. And I was finally like, okay, I am fit. I'm ready to go. But I like just couldn't tell because like it just didn't make sense to me that she could keep with me the whole summer. And we ended up both running really well in Doha. So it was good. She was a good training partner to have for me. And I think we've kind of just kept that progressing. She's definitely someone that I enjoy training with just because she'll dig just as deep into the well, and she will enjoy doing it just as much as I will. Just like pushing yourself to that limit. I enjoy having her, and I respect her and how hard she works, and that's why I think it's easy if I get beat in a race by her. Like, yeah, she's really good and she's really tough, and I can handle that because I respect her a lot, and I want to see her do well. I know she's gonna do awesome things, and I know that 5K record is going to go down probably to her at some point, but I was happy to defend that for at least a little bit longer. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see what happens in her career. And I think that's kind of started to cascade into the rest of our team being like, if they can run this fast, like we can run this fast too, so it's getting a whole like waterfall effect of people doing it. And I think that's the cool thing is like I'm kind of watching it happen right now, and taking a step back and seeing it of us lowering the standard so that when we go to maybe the US trials next year, the Olympic trials, it might take everyone to break 15 to be in the top 3, which is an amazing thing. This group is really special, and it's something that honestly I've never really had before in my running career. I always, grew up kind of running by myself, doing my own workouts, or running with my mom. And even in college, I'd hop in some of the workouts with the guys, but it was mostly like me training on my own. And I think coming to this group has been so eye-opening for me in a way that I'm like, I could just do so much more having people that are holding me accountable and pushing me every day. And I think that's why I've been able to make the jumps that I have is because of that. And I've had people that have, been and pushing me. Like when I first joined this group, I got dropped like almost every workout, and I was just struggling to hang on. And, at some point I just kept working hard and sticking my head down. And at some point I didn't get dropped anymore, but you can't help but to respect and support each other because of how hard we work and the things that we sacrifice, the things that, we do on a daily basis. We're all kind of in this together, and in a way, suffering through it at times, but we also have a lot of fun with what we do, and I think that also brings us together in a really cool way, and it's easy to support one another when you see how much work and effort everyone is putting into it and how much everyone cares.